the new lawsuit coming with Jay, the part with Jay. I go, oh shoot, like that had to be there.
The world of hip-hop is in disarray following yet another shocking revelation. And this time, Jay-Z is the target rather than Diddy. Yes, exactly. Officially, 50 Cent has set his sights on Javi. And because of what he just said, the whole industry is hushing, freaking out, and trying to determine what's true.
Look, when Jay signed his contract, the big one was with Beyonce. When he signed that contract, the marriage contract, he got trophies. Now those fucking trophies came rolling in, buddy. He started getting Grammys left and right, man. If you look at his career,
You're gonna let him say that.
He had one. Exactly. He had one.
He didn't show up.
He had like 20 now. He had like 18 since he's been down. Look, he had one, bro. Hard Knock Life.
You're not wrong.
He was at the same time. He's like drinking. He's pictures with him fucking thinks the cup.
Wait a minute. So you're saying the success is derived from the marriage?
I've absolutely been treated differently.
The accolades.
Because he's no longer viewed as what, like a street or gangster rapper. Now he's viewed as a businessman, entrepreneur, family man.
And the biggest ones because of the position Beyonce's.
Oh, wow.
Right? You were connected to the biggest.
Jay got it for the music. Jay got it for the music.
You didn't see.
He deserved those.
I'm sitting there, he was like this, like Black excellence. They're sitting there like, yeah. It's a billionaire brought you like.
I hate you, man.
Unaware of anything going on here. This is the one time I'm gonna be with you niggas this year. Yeah. Come on, bro.
That's crazy. He just looking at his watch during the whole Rock Nation, bro. Like, is it 3:30?
Yeah, it's almost time to get out. What the fuck is that? Yo, I feel like I'm normal again. Get me out of here.
Oh wow! So that's the deal he signed, huh?
Yeah, that's the deal. Like, the other ones didn't count as much as that one did.
Oh, yeah, before I forget this, we talked about Jay. His proximity to Diddy. You don't think he knew anything? He's seemingly around Diddy.
I don't know. That was a real silver question.
Yeah, I know, right?
Proximity.
And the proximity.
Proximity. That's the SAT hit parade word. I had to learn that.
Do you think he fucking knew all of the shit that was going on? Yeah, that was like a.
I don't want to incriminate myself.
I know, but the way he said it,
like I said,
no matter how you answer that shit, you snitching.
Yeah, exactly.
That was a nice kind of
You asked the question like a fan.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, I grew up with white people, but the one thing I know is how to get a black guy in trouble.
You know what I mean? Yo, just give him the Happy Meal before you ask him to snitch, bro.
He said, damn, they wasn't even drinking.
Speaking of, how the hell you pronounce
Lechimindewa.
Okay.
It's the King's Path.
King's Path.
Because I know Branson. That's the one I pronounce.
Branson. That's the Branson lifestyle. You're gonna be outside.
You're not worried that if you throw little and you don't throw out allegations, but like you kind of poke fun at them.
You just ask questions.
You're not worried that it comes back your way. Like people dig up your past and try to pull stuff up.
I don't got that shit in my past.
Everybody got a little bit.
I took a pill, but it was for me to perform better. For her to remember, boy. I didn't fucking give her a drink so she forget what the fuck happened. What the fuck is going on here, bro? Yes, I took the drinks. I gave me the fucking drug to perform. So she can remember and possibly love me for that.
What has lain dormant for decades. Let's dissect it. It all began with a late-night, enigmatic post from 50 Cent, an image of a chessboard in black and white, with only one caption: "Every monarch has a history. Let's discuss yours." Fans initially believed it to be just another lyrical attack, another round of the never-ending rap ego war. However, 50 released the first of what he referred to as the blueprint files in a matter of hours. It's not a coincidence either, since these files had nothing to do with music. They dealt with Jay-Z's allegedly meticulously planned, long-hidden, and shielded past. According to 50 Cent, 50 claims that Jay-Z's ascent to the status of billionaire was due to more than simply his talent and business sense. Silence, secrecy, and numerous cover-ups were all part of it. The first shocking revelation was a leaked court filing purportedly connected to a closed civil matter from the early 2000s that never garnered media attention. According to 50, a former coworker accused Roc Nation management of credit theft, financial manipulation, and silent gratuities. The documents also frequently mentioned the owner, the face, and the unidentified stakeholder, even though Jay-Z wasn't specifically mentioned in the case. The audio followed. 50 Cent posted a voice-modulated, blurry phone conversation he says he had with a former Rockefeller insider.
What the fuck? This is, yo, bro, look, I'm doing pretty good. Like, you know what I mean? Like, but I'm just saying, you said it's the opposite of normal shit that we're talking about, bro.
That is why. Well, I don't know why it's so hard for people
So
to just
for people to
acknowledge
feel
weird
like
shit is
you
weird.
would have something, or you would have reserved energy because you feel like you was doing it too, then this is people that are looking on separation between their hardships or their the things that they got going on that would be issues, and what a celebrity's issues would be.
Wait, what is
So
that?
they think all celebrities are doing the same thing.
Yeah.
Right, and when you see, if I wasn't saying anything, guess what? You could safely say that a person on the outskirts that is not involved in hip hop culture could think that everybody in hip hop culture is with that shit.
So by you, you're good, bro. You're fucking good.
Yeah.
He's
Think about it.
protecting hip hop.
Yeah.
If you don't speak out and
Then-
make them the weirdos, then they're gonna think everybody's
Every
like
single
that.
person is like that involved in hip hop culture.
Makes you think, did Jay do it?
He's in trouble. We live in New York, bro.
No.
We live here.
No,
Free Jay-Z.
I'm just saying,
Shout out Mufasa. We all gonna go and support. We can all see. You are crazy. That was the crazy thing. I literally,
What's
bro,
the
I
lady at Roc Nation? I gotta send her to you.
You don't feel like that happened the same day, bro. What's the day came out the day before, the
Bro,
next day
I
was
was eating Raisin Bran. Okay, I'm eating Raisin Bran. I got my daughter in my arm. I'm scrolling. Right? I see somebody screenshot your shit. And it's Jay and the whole family at the Mufasa Fair. And then the comment is 50 Cent. Jay said, they said I the 13-year-old. Let's go watch Mufasa.
Everybody get dressed. We're going to see Mufasa right now. I just think it was a good look, like angling yourself as
A family man.
Yes.
But they had to go to the premiere,
That
bro.
was planned already.
They had to go to the
bro.
premiere.
And I realized that later, but I'm just saying too. I haven't seen him in a long time. That's all I'm saying. When I hadn't seen him in a long time, and then I heard this shit, and then I looked and I saw Mufasa, I said, "Whoa." That's all that fucking happened, bro. You think this is on my phone? This is my phone. This is happening in real time. I'm going, yo. He said, yo.
You just gotta say everyone gets these jokes, bro. That's what you gotta say.
Yeah, no,
Rappers, listen, comedians are the new
Why do
rappers,
people-
bro. That's
Why
the
do
thing.
people come to my page?
That's true.
I know what I'm saying.
You know what they said?
That is true.
Well, you don't think you're gonna happen next? Yeah, that's what they said to me, buddy. Well, you're next, buddy. You're fucking, you're laughing at this.
And you're not worried at all.
I know why.
Because you don't got nothing.
I don't have it.
Nah.
There's no girls gonna come out.
Why you sound
Man,
skeptical?
Because I think there are some women
Damn,
that
Al.
are like, no,
Yeah,
I
what's
think
up with
there's
this
some
guy?
women that are like,
This guy's supposed to be from Queens,
Yeah.
bro.
Bro,
He's
let me
from-
come.
He's
Let me come.
reflecting his own fucked up experience.
You take him off the corner
I
one
didn't
time.
know. What I'm saying is, I know a couple of exes that fucking throw me under the bus.
You should let him have the corner.
That's
None
what I'm
of this would have happened if you let him have the corner. We'd have been
Yeah.
fine.
You know there's some like opportunists.
He's-
that
no,
they'll
he's
just
going.
they'll just throw out the
Girls
fucking
with
But
mine.
that's what I'm saying. So you had to have something. Look, if you already interacted with the person, right, and you hadn't had a bad experience.
The Voice claims that in order to evade legal scrutiny, a number of early commercial agreements formed under the Rockefeller label were discreetly canceled, deals that shattered and resent certain musicians. Some of the most well-known figures never received their due compensation. He knew how to bury it, The Voice added. He was always aware. The number that Jay-Z revealed became popular in a matter of minutes. 50 Cent wasn't finished either. The spreadsheet, which he dubbed the Ghost Ledger, was the next release. It was a collection of fictitious LLCs and shell corporations that were allegedly used to move millions of dollars from one holding to another. They were all registered to anonymous New York P-boxers with overlapping dates. Financial laundering is implied. When you move like a king, don't leave pawns behind. The caption for the 1950s said, "Industry insiders were devastated. Blogs took off. Analysts on TikTok went into overdrive. People started looking back at previous business endeavors, video, and interviews. Some even accessed Jay-Z's previous lyrics and discovered allusions that abruptly sounded more like admissions. Additionally, Jay-Z remained silent either in a press statement nor a tweet.
It would take more for them to say some of the shit that you see these people say. Right? Like, you go, what made you, even when we part ways, and because a lot of times when we interact with people, they're not just having fun for tonight. They think we're bleeding into this hardcore relationship that may not materialize. Right? So I see what you're saying, where they can look and go, well, look, you met the girl in 2003. You hung out with her. You had a good time after the show with 30 girls there. You just went and y'all hung out, right? And y'all just part ways, right? So there's no negative things between it, but she can look up at the TV now, and you've been a success since then. Feel like that's my life. I was supposed to be there, and be upset with you and say something. But will it have any merit to it?
If I gotta keep
that
it real,
woman hasn't been
you ain't always have the most amicable breakups. Do you remember where, I think it's your baby moms, where it's like she was kind of speaking out, and then all of a sudden the house just got burnt down.
Yeah, but you know it happens. Left eye.
See,
She burned the house down.
this nigga is crazy.
No, my God, he goes, wow. So I know how you feel about me now. No. He's going. He's great. So he saw me right from now. I want my block back. He go, I have faith in our justice system.
I'm a
I
civilian
believe
now.
there would be consequences. Listen to those behaviors and actions that this brother is talking about.
I agree, man.
Why is that a part of his thought process today while we're here having a good time?
That's a good ass
Look,
point.
you do have people that really, look, when you break up with them, they don't care about you anymore.
Yeah.
So they'll say things and you go, yeah, but it doesn't hold merit. It doesn't have any real.
Yeah, of course.
connection
After all
to
this
it.
years,
That's
and
like-
you don't see nothing.
Yeah, like the girl that's just upset with you. She's just angry with you. She got
Yeah.
and you go,
I thought the smartest thing Jay said in the statement was, if you really believe this happened, then press criminal charges. He said, pull up.
But I don't think that was.
Tell me.
Okay, look. Because of the statute of limitation, there is.
There is no criminal. So it's a.
So making a
it's
statement
pump
is to
fake.
make people feel like.
But apparently, if she's under 18, didn't you say it still could be criminal? He knows because he's fed.
He used to be a cop.
So you
Yeah, you turned him into a cop. He used to sell drugs and then he became a police officer. Did you know that?
How to rob?
He
glorified security.
Well, you know what he would do? When they would arrest G Unit guys, he would be like, yes. And he was in the court. He would
Every time.
I was actually a cool one. I'll give you the extra fucking cheese sandwiches and shit like that. I'll be looking out.
Take care of the family.
Hey, you know, I don't know, man. I don't think what's the name.
Not a dime, which was just more fuel for 50 Cent. He wrote, "Silence is an admission. The public should be aware of the person they are truly praising." The teaser for what he described as the first installment of a YouTube mini-documentary called The Carter Curtain was then made public. What you shouldn't see, according to Jay-Z, was a powerful teaser. Bank statements, fuzzy faces, fast cuts of lawsuits, grotesque music, glitched images, and old footage of Jay-Z from the 1990s and early 2000s. The slogan reads, "If the crown fits, wear it, but clean the blood off first," and the contentious and divided response from the community. Some vehemently backed Jay-Z, accusing 50 of being resentful, envious, and attention-seeking. Others stated that it was time for Half to provide an explanation for the rumors that have been around for years. People love Jay-Z. One blogger wrote, "But loving someone doesn't mean ignoring the truth." Former Rockefeller affiliates started posting mysterious messages in the meantime. All that was written was, "It's coming out now." The tweet from another said, "Tried to notify y'all years ago. No longer was this a one-man show. It was becoming emotion." 50 didn't directly blame Beyoncé for anything, but he did imply that she might have known more than she admitted. His exact words, "Power couples protect each other, but sometimes one carries the secrets." Just that line sparked a media frenzy. Additionally, rumors circulated that Jay-Z's staff was in urgent meetings with lawyers, PR firms, and brand partners while he remained mute. Jay-Z doesn't scare easily, according to one industry insider. However, this has disturbed him. According to reports, 50 Cent has even more planned behind the scenes.
Why? With Fifth, he loves me. He loves me.
Y'all
Y'all
really
can't
have a
see it.
beef?
I mean, y'all can't see
No,
it.
we can't
Y'all
see it,
can't see
man.
that he loves me.
But see,
You really, hold on, you really think that's hate?
If you look at 50's social media, you can see he has a lot of posts about Diddy. And this is what he posted the day that federal agents in Miami raided Combs' mansion ahead of his arrest on the charges that he's now on trial for. 50 Cent posted on X, "Now it's not Diddy do it, it's Diddy done. They don't come like that unless they got a case." 50 Cent also included a link to his G-Unit clothing brand in that post. While Diddy in the Breakfast Club clip said that 50 Cent actually loves him and there was never a beef, on the stand this week, Capricorn Clark said otherwise. Clark said that she was at this press event at MTV with Diddy and 50 Cent was also there, all of this happening in New York. Clark said, quote, "After the interview wrapped up, myself, Puff, and Chris Lighty got in the elevator." Clark said that Lighty was an entertainment manager who, on paper, was managing Diddy at the time, but was also 50 Cent's manager at the time. Prosecutors asked Clark what happened in the elevator, and she said, quote, "Puff told Chris, because they were having some sort of issue, like, I really don't like all the back and forth. I don't do that. I like guns." The prosecutor then asked, "What's the issue with an individual?" And Clark responded, he had an issue with 50 Cent. She said Combs was very serious when he said that. In this case, it has become common to hear testimony from witnesses about alleged threats by Diddy. In fact, several witnesses have said that Diddy regularly threatened to fire people, to beat people, like his former girlfriend Cassie Ventura, and in this case, making a threat involving firearms to settle a dispute, per the testimony of someone who was one of his closest associates for more than a decade. Invoking gun violence and some sort of veiled threat, that could be scary for some, but apparently not 50 Cent. On Instagram, 50 posted right after his name came up in the courtroom, quote, cut, wait a minute. Puffy's got a gun? I can't believe this. I don't feel safe," with a picture that looked like an AI image of 50 Cent on a movie set looking serious. And he wasn't done. Shortly after that, he posted another AI image on Instagram of him in a Yankees hat with a very scared look on his face with the caption, "Oh my goodness, itty bitty Diddy wants me dead. I have to lay low." Sad face emoji. "I think I'm gonna hide out at the playoff game tonight, LOL. Then the next day he posted what he did that night. He went to the NBA playoff game between the New York Knicks and the Indiana Pacers in Indiana. And you can see him here in a picture on the floor in a shirt that reads, quote, "Free Diddy," playing into the trolling that 50 Cent has done to Sean Combs over the years, even before Combs was ever accused of what he is on trial for. Now, Combs' trial is expected to last another month at least.
Contracts, witnesses, and emails. This is only the beginning, he has said. "You think I went hard on Diddy?" 50 asked with a smile during a recent Instagram live. "It was only a warm-up. Jay has a more complex tale, much deeper. The industry as a whole is now holding its breath. Will Jay-Z answer? Will this necessitate a more thorough investigation? Are additional well-known figures going to be caught in the crossfire? Hip-hop is set to face its most significant reckoning if 50 is correct, and there is, in fact, a hidden legacy behind the throne that is based on exploitation, silence, and deception. If he's mistaken, he simply chose to argue with the most influential person in music. In any case, the internet is unable to turn away. They're rewriting the blueprint. 50 Cent is pulling all the strings as the Carter Empire is under threat. Because this story is only beginning, stay tuned. There are currently rumors that a number of music journalists were suppressed in the early 2000s for attempting to write critical articles on the early years of Roc Nation. According to an unnamed freelance writer who spoke to Complex, "I had a complete story written. From the editor's desk, it disappeared. Before I know it, my contract is expired." According to reports, even former workers from Jay-Z's business endeavors, such as Tidal and Armand de Bernac, are thinking about coming forward. It is said that some people have incriminating NDAs, but given the momentum that 50 is generating, there might be a line of lawyers ready to contest those agreements. Social media is still quite popular. Timelines of Jay-Z's business transactions have been made public by investigative YouTubers who have called attention to discrepancies in board nominations, tax returns, and real estate purchases. 50 Cent, meanwhile, fueled the flames by sharing a picture of a burned blueprint online with the words, "Rewriting History."
He's charged with racketeering, sex trafficking by force, and transportation to engage in prostitution. He has pleaded not guilty. Join us now to talk more about the trial of Sean Diddy Combs and everything that's going on inside the courtroom is Avi Patterson, civil and criminal defense attorney. Thanks for taking the time to be with us. We're focusing on what was a minor moment in the grand scheme of everything we heard in the trial this week, but there's this anecdote that Capricorn Clark told about what related to 50 Cent, but what Diddy allegedly told 50 Cent's manager at MTV during her time of working for Diddy. What did you make of that? Sean Combs saying, I don't like the back and forth, but I like guns.
I think it goes to the overall case. They've been saying that Diddy was a dangerous guy. If he made a threat, he could back it up. And I do recall reading that she said that his demeanor was very, very serious. And knowing his history, his violent history, knowing about the beef between Biggie and Tupac, I think that it probably frightened her. And I think that just again, her knowing about his violence, his propensity for violence, his behavior with her, his behavior with Cassie, his behavior with other employees, he's just continually reinforcing that violence. So I think it was a really good moment for the government.
Yeah, it's just, and it seems like there are these little moments along the way where there are some celebrity names that pop up. In this case, it was 50 Cent. We heard earlier in the trial, Usher and Neo were at a dinner where Cassie was allegedly assaulted. It was unclear whether they saw that, but it was said that they were there. As far as the history of 50 Cent and Diddy, do we know how it started? I know that 50 Cent had a diss track, I think around 2006, claiming that Sean Combs knew who killed Biggie Smalls, but is there a particular incident that happened that made 50 Cent just seem to really start to come at Sean Combs?
I don't know what's ground zero for them. I've seen, interviews that 50 has given saying that it's all business with them. I know they both have alcohol lines, and I know, they're both from New York. I think 50 is maybe from Queens and Diddy is from Harlem. I don't know what their ground zero is, but I know that since this all came out, 50 has not stopped. He's been taunting Diddy online. You, of course, know about the documentary. I believe it got picked up by Netflix, and he is supposedly donating the proceeds to victims of domestic violence. Diddy has had his knee on his neck and his foot to the gas on Diddy for a while, but again, I don't know where it started.
Yeah, I mean, 50 Cent, for many people, if it was ever, there was an anecdote that came out that someone had said, oh, I like guns, when talking about it back and forth, it might scare you. 50 Cent was at the Knicks-Pacers game in Indiana with a free Diddy t-shirt on, sitting courtside the next day. It's different. It was different.
One game at a moment. Additionally, he released a limited edition podcast episode in which a group of hip-hop historians, commentators, and former insiders discussed Jay-Z's secret chapter. Within hours, the episode was at the top of the charts. Petitions to launch a congressional investigation into unethical behavior in the entertainment industry are currently gaining momentum. They have gathered more than 200,000 digital signatures in just 48 hours, but it is unlikely that they will become law. The stillness is becoming unbearable for Jay-Z. There is growing industry pressure to respond. According to reports, even some of his closest supporters, from fashion partners to athletes, are requesting clarification. According to reports, some sponsors are postponing planned initiatives in order to gauge public opinion. 50 Cent isn't slowing down either. He is now teasing a book with a preliminary title and a thorough exposure. The Secret Empire of Jay-Z, often known as Kingmaker or Kingpin, it's being devoured by his fans. Even his detractors acknowledge that 50 is skilled at manipulating a story. 50 Cent might have just dropped the most valuable coin in the game. The truth in a world where perception equals money, or what people believe to be the truth. Anyway, because the distinction between myth and truth is extremely small when it comes to secrets, power, and heritage. Additionally, 50 Cent is cutting straight through it. Music is no longer at the center of this conflict. The truth is at issue. It has to do with reputation. The core tenets of hip-hop monarchy are being rewritten. There is a challenge to the king. The court is observing. People are watching intently, munching on popcorn, and anticipating what will happen next, because the entire throne might fall apart if 50 gets his way.